What is up? What is up, YouTube? Before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to, first of all my Patreons, man. Hey, I'm getting ready to do some traveling. I'm going on another plane. Hey, y'all, check this out. Uncle Mike tried to fly into big chairs, the business or first class or whatever you want to call it, right? Man, them tickets for $6,500. I said, forget that. I ain't been rich that long. I sit in the tight seats for right now. I'm just happy to be on the plane. Please don't crash it, So I'm going to San Francisco first, y'all. I'm going to San Francisco, and I'm going to be putting a lot of stuff up on the Patreon side, man. We're going to push the heck out of the Patreons and everything for people that's really supporting stuff. We're going to have some free stuff up there for the free Patreon. So y'all go check out, it's a button that says more. It used to say our description, but it just say more now. So you click the little more button. There's a more button right here on every video. You scroll down a little bit. You got to tell people this, man, because a lot of people's like, yo, man, I don't see no links. What are you talking about? You have to click the button that says more. I think on the phone it says something different. Let's look, y'all, real quick before we get started. So I'm on this video. Yeah, it says more. It says more on the cell phone also, just so y'all know. But anyway, we taking the Patreon money and we actually trying to help people with some serious life-changing problems. And right now, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, man. I don't know what to do with $500. I said I add whatever we have, we'd double it, so that's $1,000. I don't know what to do with the money that can really help somebody that say, damn, boy, I don't know what I would have done if I ain't never received this $1,000. I need to pay an electric bill, or they was about to kick me out of my house. I want to help some people, man. So that's what our Patreon is all about. So it's hard to weed out the fake people. You got greedy fake people that's lying. You got trolls, then you got your haters. Now the haters and the trolls I really don't mind, but there are some real slick ass people that think they can pull something over on Uncle Mike. And sometimes I let them think, look at this look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this, man. He think he's seriously getting over on me. Haters. You think you hurt my feelings? Really? Oh my God. Don't make me laugh. Hey, Keri Hilson brings proof that Beyoncé healed off her career over Jay-Z's affairs. Beef was set up. Beef was a setup. Oh my gracious. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, man. Let's check this video out right here, man. Let's check it. People
that don't know, you were signed to Polo.
I was signed to Polo and Timbaland.
Correct.
Yep, in a joint venture at Scope Records.
Yep.
And I was young. I was super young. I felt I had no power. I felt I had no choice. I remember more. Was it days after when it leaked? Like days after I did it, but he promised me that wouldn't happen, so it leaked. And that was that. And I protected him. I protected the girl that wrote it, who went on to become famous. I protected everyone in the story, so I had to eat that.
Stomp out someone's dream. That's what it felt like to me as an outsider looking in.
It's the price you pay, when you're early in your career, you feel that you have to listen. And when you buck, they buck harder. And they make threats. And
y'all, we finna talk about Miss Keri, baby, because she just came clean about her being blackballed with Jay-Z, and she's got everyone shook. For years, people have been whispering about the real reason Keri's career crashed, and it's all connected to a heated rivalry with Beyoncé. But here's the twist. Keri's now revealing shocking proof that the real reason her career tanked might be because Beyoncé and Jay-Z were secretly behind it. But that's not all, because it turns out the whole beef was all because of Jay-Z in the first place. But y'all know how there have been rumors of Beyonce going after Jay-Z's little side chicks and ruining their lives, right? Well, it turns out that Miss Keri was one of them side pieces, and she had a little something allegedly going on with Jay-Z. Y'all, Miss Keri got all the receipts, and trust me, this is about to get wild. So stick around, get your popcorn, get your tea, put a little Henny and apple juice up in it, and let's get into it, because it's about to get spicy. Okay, so it all looks like Keri Hilson is sick and tired of letting y'all run with the narrative that she deserved to be blackballed by Beyonce, because she just came out to set the whole record straight. Keri has been making rounds these past couple of days after an explosive interview on The Breakfast Club. During the interview, she spoke up about her beef with Beyonce for the first time in a long time, and she had the internet a-buzzing. Now, for a long time, there has been this narrative about how she was jealous of Beyonce, which is why she dissed Beyonce unprovoked. But in the interview, she denied that that was the case. And she didn't stop there, because she has also claimed that she didn't even write the song to begin with. She revealed that somebody else wrote that song, and that she was then forced by her management, especially Polo the Don, to record it, even though she never really wanted to.
It's a regret. It's a regret, but not in the way that people would think, because that's.
I can't work with an artist in the music in the recording studio, and I feel as though they don't want to record. If you ain't feeling the song, I can't make a person record. I remember working with groups that had record deals that was signed, and they don't realize that I'm looking at them in the booth, right? And I can see the reflection of the girls behind me. And she going, like, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Oh, that's what you want to do? So now I'm not producing the song. I'm just asking them, well, what do you think? You think you should do it again? They don't have no guidance. They lost like shit. It's like a stuck truck in the mud. Well, what do you think? You think we should do? Don't ask me. What do you think? How you think you should do it? Then at the end of the session, I said, the next time y'all want to work with a producer that's going to produce this music, it's so sad because I'm trying to let y'all know and let my fans know what the problem is you don't even understand what you don't know about music. The problem is you think you know, but you need to think about all the stuff you ain't had no idea of. The stuff you don't know is where the problem lies at. You don't even know you're supposed to know this stuff.
That's a song that I actually didn't write.
Even though she never really wanted to.
She don't want to do the song. I'm done. I can't produce.
It's a regret, but not in the way that people would think, because that's a song that I actually didn't write. Those are not my words. I was on tour. Polo wanted me to do a remix to Turning Me On. He had produced the record, and I wasn't, because I was on tour with Lil Wayne. I wasn't able to lay anything down. He had been on me for a couple of weeks about we need to do a remix. Okay, so I take off. It wasn't happening quick enough for him. I take off, we fly in, and he had another writer in our camp at the time. He had her write this, so he played it for me like, this is the remix, because I'm thinking I'm coming in to go write a remix to Turn Me On. Like, The whole time I had been writing concepts like, what would I say? How do I even remix this? Like, what do I want to? So I had lines and I had, things that I would have said, but I come into the studio and he plays me this verse, and I'm like, automatically, I'm like, I'm not saying that.
She claimed that she had even started writing her own verse to the remix, but Polo the Don threatened to end her career right then and there if she didn't do what she was told.
Exactly. So I tried to fight him on it, and I began writing my own. That's what I did with my time there, but I want to be careful with the word I use.
Fuck, man. See, that's what I'm done with you, son. You got exactly.
It was quite forceful. You know what I mean?
In an executive artist way?
Yeah, in an executive artist way only.
She said, too fast.
Involving others and kind of threatening.
She didn't even listen to the words that was coming out of his mouth. She just said, yeah. Watch this, y'all. Watch how fast this is what people People with experience understand stuff like this. Watch this.
In an executive artist way?
Yeah, in an executive artist way only. It was quite forceful. You know what I mean?
In an executive artist way?
Yeah, in an executive artist way only. You know, involving others and kind of threatening my career in a sense, in a real sense. Like, you're not coming, because my album wasn't out yet. So it was like, you're not coming out if you don't do this. And the mistake that I made was not continuing to fight. But I was in tears, I was crying, I was adamant that I did not want to do that.
For people that don't know, you were signed to Polo.
I was signed to Polo and Timbaland.
Correct.
Yep, in a joint venture at Interscope Records.
Yep.
And I was young, I was super young. I felt I had no power. I felt I had no choice.
But to make matters even worse, she claimed that Polo deceived her. After days of pleading with him, he agreed to shelf the song and that it would never see the light of day. The next thing we knew, he leaked the song on purpose.
I think days after? He remembers more because he was there. He remembers more. Was it days after when it leaked? It leaked like days after I did it, but he promised me that wouldn't happen, so it leaked. And that was that. And I protected him. I protected the girl that wrote it, who went on to become famous. I protected everyone in the story, so I had to eat that. And I am still eating it to this day. Because I'm getting asked about that however many years, 16, 17 years later. It's like I've worn the scarlet letter, really.
And y'all, this isn't even as crazy as it gets, because fans were convinced that there's definitely more to the story than meets the eye. See, Polo the Don was making money from Keri, so it only made sense that he would go above and beyond to protect his investment, right? So why on earth would he sabotage her like that? Well, word on the streets is they're saying the reason he sabotaged her was allegedly because Beyoncé put him up to it. And why? Well, allegedly because she found out that Keri allegedly had something going on with Jay. Now, we don't know if Miss Keri Baby was really messing with Jay-Z or if Beyoncé would have been paranoid, but I guess it wouldn't be that surprising because Jay-Z has allegedly had a very long list of side pieces, including artists in the industry. So I guess it's not all that out of the ordinary to imagine that he had something to do with Miss Keri Baby. And I just know
Thank you,
y'all
President
have heard the
Obama
rumors of
and Mrs.
Beyoncé
Obama,
allegedly
for
going
including
after
me in this
Jay-Z's
very
side
special
pieces.
day.
So the theory of her blackballing Keri because of Jay isn't exactly far-fetched. But before we get into that whole affair talk, let's talk about Miss Keri Hilson Beyoncé beef and how it got so bad over the years. To provide some context about the beef, the situation dates back to 2009 when a remix of Keri's song Turning Me On was leaked online. The song immediately sparked controversy as many fans believed it included subliminal jabs at Beyoncé, despite the fact that Keri never mentioned her by name. The lyrics in question struck a chord with fans, particularly members of the Beehive, who were quick to interpret the lines as certified veiled insults. One line in particular drew the most attention. Your vision's cloudy if you think that you're the best. You can dance, she can sing, but she needs to move it to the left. The phrase "move it to the left" was widely seen as a clear reference to Beyonce's chart-topping hit "Irreplaceable." Y'all remember? To the left, everything you own in a box to the left. Well, this led many people to believe that Keri was challenging Beyonce's position in the whole industry and questioning her talent. Although Keri never confirmed that the line was directed at Beyonce, the damage was already done. The backlash from Beyonce's loyal fan base, the Beehive, was immediate and intense to this day. But that only sparked the beginning of a long period of public tension and industry backlash for Keri. The situation would go on to affect her reputation and her career, fueling a narrative that followed her for years. But the song included a few lines that felt like they might have been aimed at Ciara as well. But during an interview in 2009, Keri made it clear that she wasn't throwing shade at either of them. She specifically said that the lyrics weren't directed at Beyoncé or Ciara and that people were just reading too much into it.
Love the verse. Yes, I heard specific names being brought up. No, it's not about that. No, that was not where the energy was. I'm not retracting or feeling some kind of way about how people feel that I'm doing, that I did this. I'm not, I guess that's the only way I could say it. I'm not retracting. It's just that was never the energy behind it. Okay. But we did play it for people, and it's considered a leak because we decided not to go with it. And I can prove that because it's like, when you do a remix to a song, you kind of want it to be for the remix to come out while the song is really hot still. And the song is hot right now, but it's not number one.
I don't know, it sounded like throwing rocks and hiding your hands, but things flared up again in 2011 when Keri stirred the pot at the Soul Train Music Awards. She was handed a copy of Juicy magazine, which featured Beyoncé and Jay-Z on the cover, and she flat out refused to pose with it. That moment quickly sparked new drama and had people thinking the feud was far from over.
You wanna hold the magazine? Just shout out Juicy Mag.
Now, even though Beyoncé never publicly spoke on the situation or responded to Keri by name, rumors started to swirl that she was working behind the scenes to keep Keri's career from moving forward. And people in the industry began whispering that Beyoncé was quietly using her influence to...
Man, I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. Dude, you over here at a photo shoot, now holding up a magazine because your personal issues, which you might be right. You got a personal issue with that. Where the people that's seeing this stuff is like, X her. You can't, oh my God, I can't explain this. You can't win fighting the person that runs what you're trying to get into. Like if you sitting there fighting the restaurant owner, this is my place. I own the restaurant. I own the land that the restaurant is on. This ain't a franchise. This is Uncle Mike's restaurant. And you trying to fight me? And you pissing me off? You think you're going to win by telling everybody I'm not going to hold this picture up? That's small-minded people. You can't be a small-minded person in this music business. You can't do that.
Shut doors and block opportunities. Now, at the same time, the Beehive took matters into their own hands. They started going after Keri online with nonstop hating and even confronted her in person at times. The backlash just wouldn't let up for years, and it got so intense that by 2013, 2 years after the Juicy magazine incident, Keri had to go on social media and make a public plea, asking the Beehive to stop harassing her and let her live her life in peace. She tweeted, "You have no idea what your hateful words could do to someone's spirit. Years of verbal strangers all day long. Enough is enough." And while Keri continued to deny that she was dissing anyone directly, she dropped a few hints that suggested there was more to the story. She didn't name names, but she implied that something had happened behind the scenes that pushed her to react the way she did at the Soul Train Awards. The way she worded it made people think Beyoncé may have done something that rubbed her the wrong way, even if Keri never came out and said it outright. It was subtle, but enough to keep the rumors going. She said, "It's too much, please. Is everything I tweet gonna be intentionally misinterpreted as a statement about someone or drama I know nothing about? You have no idea what your hateful words can do to someone's spirit. Years of verbal strangers all day long. Enough is enough. I'm here for my fans. I'm stronger than you imagine, but waking up, going to bed to your ugliness is just too much, kids. I get it, okay? You can stop now. As far as whatever you're really mad about, I have my reasons. It's been years. Just chalk it up to your ignorance of my reality and let it go. As for my mistakes, God has dealt with me." But y'all know the attacks did not stop. Keri kept getting online trolling and harsh words, and things got even more intense. Keri later revealed that some of Beyonce's fans actually took things to the streets, like literally. She said there were times when people...
That's right. All you do with a troll, the more you talk about them, the more you talk about a hater, the more you talk about them, and they know you talking about them. Dun, dun, dun. They like... Yeah, they like a giant robot. That's my favorite show, by the way. You gotta know, you gotta know when to hold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money or sitting at the table. You gotta know what battles to pick, man. If you moving forward, if you moving up, and them haters they ain't doing nothing. They ain't even got a camera that's better than mine. Oh, anybody can go buy a camera, then go buy one. In fact, go buy 3.
Threw Beyonce CDs at her.
I'm teaching. From now on, I'm teaching on this channel. This is going to be the teaching education. There's going to be theory and thought behind everything I'm saying to make you turn music into money. That's how we're going to do this channel.
While she was walking outside, it was more than just stand behavior at that point. It was definitely feeling like harassment. The situation had clearly gone too far, and it showed just how extreme things had become between Keri and the Beehive. She tweeted, "It's one thing to attack me on Twitter, but it's disrespectful to have the bravery and audacity to throw Beyoncé albums at me while I'm on the street." And while she was dealing with the Beehive, Ciara and her fans also came for her. She was pretty much fighting a war on both fronts. Now, Ciara even dropped a diss track of her own that everybody assumed was toward Keri.
And then some people thought you were taking shots at maybe Keri Hilson on that record.
That record right there is a song that I dedicated to my haters. And I also dedicated to my fans, though.
Yeah.
So, that's what that record, was for. It's just me really expressing and getting a lot off my chest, because I'm normally like, I've experienced, you get the haters and stuff like that, and they don't really mean anything. However, let me just say something real quick. Let me just get something off my chest, and that's what that record kind of allowed me to do. And and again, it's also for my fans because I even went in on myself.
Wrap me up.
Now, however, Keri denied that she was shading Ciara either. She even called into an Atlanta radio station to clear the air, saying, "I just want to tell Ciara it's not about you. People are just reading way too far into it. People take things and make it what they want it to be. I wasn't taking shots at nobody." And Ciara replied, saying she took it all as love. She said, "Cool, I guess everybody is here to listen to what Keri said, and I take it for that. From my end, it will always have been nothing but love for you. I was very happy for you to get where you are." Not get where you are, but then Keri said, "I know that's sincere. It is the same coming from me. When I tell you that I'm proud of you, I've always meant that, and I always do mean that. I've watched it from the ground zero with you." She also doubled down on her claim that she dissed Beyoncé and Ciara. She said, "I'm not jealous of anybody's career. We are all like the same thing. Keisha's on my album. I've worked with Ciara many times. I'm a fan of Beyonce's." In the years that followed, Keri made an effort to distance herself from the drama and keep things peaceful, but the damage had already been done. Her career never fully recovered, and she quietly stepped out of the spotlight for a long time. Then in 2020, she opened up in an interview and dropped a bombshell. She said the same thing she said in her Breakfast Club interview. She claimed that she had actually been pressured into releasing the track that people believed was aimed at Beyoncé. On top of that, she spoke about receiving serious threats during the height of all the backlash. It was the first time that she really pulled back the curtain on how dark things had gotten behind the scenes, and it was not pretty.
It's the price you pay, when you're early in your career, you feel that you have to listen. And when you buck, they buck harder, and they make threats, and those threats are huge ones. And you know what I mean? You don't feel like you have a choice. I really didn't feel like I had a choice. It was do this or this.
And to this day, many fans believe the whole situation was a plan to ruin Keri's career because she was seen as a threat to Beyoncé. And it wasn't just Beyoncé's fans who were speculating that she played a part in Keri's downfall, because people close to her also fueled this narrative. One of them was Mr. Uncle Ron, a man who claimed to have been working as Beyoncé's bodyguard at the time.
Rest in
Before
peace to
his
Uncle
passing,
Ron.
Uncle Ron made waves with the viral TikTok video where he openly accused Beyoncé and Jay-Z of sabotaging the careers of several artists over the years. In the video, he specifically mentioned Keri, suggesting that her career struggles weren't just a coincidence.
Beyoncé and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets.
I know your deepest secrets.
I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are. How you stepped on many people. Beyonce.
You know what tripped me out?
How you guys ended Keri Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are. How you step on anybody to stay on the top. So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there. See, what's done in the dark will definitely come in the light. Keep your threats up. I'm here today, and what I got to say, I'm gonna say it. So don't make idle threats to me.
The Beehive didn't waste
Yeah, rest in peace, Ron. That was some deep stuff you were saying. But I mean, I hope to God, I mean, you died of pneumonia normally. Yeah, right. Who am I kidding, right? You a bodyguard, man. You should have known that what you saying, they gonna catch you slipping. You should have been, oh my God, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, young, I'm that dude. I'm that dude. I'm putting makeup on 24/7. I'm sleeping with I tell everybody that I love, don't walk through that door, because as soon as I hear something, I'm pulling the trigger. I'm sleeping like this. I'm practicing waking up. I'm going to practice wake up. Bam! Bam! I'm pulling the trigger. Something wake me up, I'm pulling the trigger. It's going to be a whole bunch of holes in the wall over here. Yeah, there's going to be a hell of a lot of holes in the wall. Because if I wake up and didn't pull that trigger, I'm not protecting myself the right way. Something wrong with these people, man. I ain't going to get caught slipping. I'm sorry. If I was at that level. The bodyguard. He was a bodyguard. And now they done gave him some food that had ammonia in it or whatever. I mean, they made him pass away. Rest in peace, Ron. You jumped out there real quick, bruh. I gotta give you that. You jumped out there real hard.
I'm here today.
And
what I gotta say, I'm gonna say it. So don't make idle threats to me.
Don't make threats, just kill me.
Any time jumping in to
Rest in
defend
peace.
Beyonce, quickly labeling Uncle Ron a liar and claiming he never worked as her bodyguard. They were quick to dismiss his accusations. However, Media Takeout stepped in with some receipts. They reported that Uncle Ron had indeed worked as security for several celebrities, not just Beyonce. To back this up, they dug up old photos from a 2004 fashion event that showed Uncle Ron standing next to Beyonce. The photos were some proof that he wasn't just some random person making false claims.
Nah, he knew what he was talking about. Bullshit. Come on, cuz. He knew what he was talking about. He was never our bodyguard. Girl, you done had so many goddamn cotton picking bodyguards, you don't even remember them all. You so busy being stuck up. And you on that one bodyguard that people think you got an affair with. You know him. Yeah, come on, don't play with me. That showed Uncle Ron standing next to Beyonce. The photos were some proof that he wasn't just some random person making false claims. This added some weight to his story, raised more questions about what really went on behind the scenes. But fast forward to today, and even though it's been years since Keri's fallout with Beyonce, her career still hasn't bounced back. And music industry insiders are now saying that Keri has effectively been blackballed, with many believing she'll never fully recover from the fallout. But to be fair, Keri didn't always help her own cause. It seems she had a habit of stirring things up on social media, and she often found herself tangled up in feuds with other artists, which didn't exactly paint her in the best light. Many people started to label her as bitter and messy because of her public clashes, but despite her actions, a lot of people still felt sympathy for Keri. The level of bullying she faced from the Beehive was intense, and it left a lasting impact, and fans can't help but feel bad for her, especially considering how far the harassment went and how it affected her career in ways that seemed out of her control. And now with reports of Keri's alleged affair with Jay-Z, well, let's just say the math is starting to math. See, it's not the first time that Beyonce has been alleged to have ended careers because Jay-Z couldn't keep it in his pants. Rumor has it that she did the same thing to Tierra Marie as well, and she was the real reason that Tierra got dropped from the Rockefeller label. Allegedly, Beyonce found out that Tierra Marie was somehow involved with Jay-Z behind the scenes, and let's just say she wasn't having none of that. The whole situation caused a lot of tension, and people started to see a different side of the drama. At the time, Jay-Z seemed to have a real soft spot for Tierra, but most of us just assumed it was because of her undeniable talent. I mean, she was a rising star, and it seemed like a normal industry connection, right?
Let's talk about some of the artists. Tierra Marie.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's the first lady of the rock.
She's the princess.
However, rumors started swirling that there might have been more to their relationship than anybody realized, and that's when things reportedly took a turn with Beyoncé. Word in the streets is that Tierra wasn't just messing around with Jay, but also allegedly involved with a couple of other men, which makes the situation even messier, especially considering she wasn't exactly legal at the time of all this going down. According to a blind item, Beyoncé found out about the alleged affair, and according to some, she wasn't about to let that slide. She reportedly put her foot down and insisted that Jay-Z cut ties with Tierra, but that was—
Man, she shouldn't care. She shouldn't even care, because one rumor is she's sleeping with that bodyguard right there. That's one rumor. And the second rumor is she's sleeping with other girls. You don't even like men. And what makes it so bad, the third rumor is Jay-Z sleeping with men too. According to Pimp C, rest in peace. Man, this some deep stuff, y'all. When I tell y'all this some deep stuff, this deep stuff is past deep. It's deeper than deep. Going so deep.
Wasn't enough for her. Allegedly, Beyoncé went further and decided to completely sabotage Tierra's career. The rumors say Beyoncé didn't just want Jay-Z to distance himself. She wanted to make sure Tierra's career took a hit as well. And that's exactly what happened.
And he signed her to a deal. By the time all of the ink was dry, she was just shy of being legal. But that didn't stop the mogul. He liked to sample the new talent. He was sampling her on a fairly regular basis, but he was also involved with the current A+ list singer who was in his face every day. And this could allegedly be Beyoncé. The thing is, though, that corn star in charge of her career was feuding with the mogul and told the mogul he would not be allowed to hook up with the singer again. I assume he thought the mogul would think she was something special. Apparently not as special as the current A+ lister, because the new signee was dropped and the word was put out on the street. No record deals for her from any label. When someone ignored the edict, they were paid a visit. If the visits were ignored, then other steps were taken. This was a total lockdown of a career that lasted almost a decade.
But there have also been rumors of Beyoncé allegedly doing the same thing to other women, and now the streets are saying that Keri Hilson was one of them. Y'all, the situation is crazy to say the least. But I gotta know what y'all feel about this. Did Beyoncé allegedly kill Keri's career over Jay? Drop your thoughts in comments below and then check out this next video.
What? Oh, man, wait. Police confirm Carmelo Anthony faces descendant for Austin. Who is that? Must be a different. I'm thinking of the basketball star. Lord have mercy. Maybe I should do that one. Hey. Oh, man. The Business of Music, the Music Recording Network.com, the World's Largest Rap Contest.com, the Music Recording Network stream. From now on, I'm speaking my mind. My birthday is April the 30th. I'm going to the Philippines for my birthday. And from now on, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm speaking my mind. I'm trying not to use too much profanity, but I'm trying to tell y'all right now, if you're trying to take your music to the next level, you need to read and you need to get to the World's Largest Rap Contest.com. That's the name of my website. The names and the words and stuff is this. Oh man, I'm all over the place because I'm full of information. So long story short, get at me, man. It's up to you. Put your money where your mouth is. One of the things that trip me out with people is they want everything for free. You come to a point in your life where you realize what you get for free. It ain't worth it. That's why it's free. If you want some real information, you got to pay for it. If you want some real help in this world, you got to pay for it. Or you got to get along. Just like this girl right here, Miss Hilson. Hilson. My bad. Hilson. If you want the fake bull and they want to use you, it's two ways in this world. Either people are using you or you're using people. Ain't nobody trying to help you unless you're giving up that money. That's it. I mean, that's facts. That's facts. Either you giving up off some money and then they gonna give you the information, or they want something from you and you got to do it their way. If you try to get a hit, make up your mind. If you know where you land at in this meter, like for example, we about to run some YouTube ads. We got to give them money because we want something. We want more subscribers and views. I can't go to YouTube and say, look, man, y'all better run I'm a YouTube. And that's when people get things twisted. YouTubers, man, YouTube taking 30% of the super chats money. That's how YouTube works. What you gonna do? Man, that's messed up. They taking too much. You ain't gotta be on YouTube. You can go somewhere else. This is their platform. You gotta do it their way. But in the music industry, you think it's my music. Nah, it's your music. Go ahead and do your music your way. But the company paying for all the equipment and the recording time and all this type of stuff. So you got to do it their way. It's your music. But to record your music, you need their money to get into them top of the line studios and hire the right engineers and the producers to do your music right. And these people think that because it's their music, take all that stuff off the table, man. Uncle Mike about to get deep. Uncle Mike about to get deep in this game. So if you want to learn and understand the theory on how to turn music into money, holla at your boy. Peace out.